Hey guys, welcome back to the interviews where we are going to interview one of the best creators in the world right now. He's actually not right now, of all time. I'm going to say it right now, of all time. My good friend, Adam Wilber. Hey Adam, how you going, man?
I'm great. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Now, if you don't know Adam, he's created so many different products like Spl-its Project, Grandfather's Top, In Case of Emergency, Kettle Sponge Balls, and Never Ending Spliffs. The Gaff, just to name a few. He has done it all. And it's not just your general, like you haven't stuck to one genre of magic. Because I know there's magicians out there that stick to one genre. You're not a jack of all trades. You're the master of all trades. You know in and out of all these different effects and create these really cool routines with a lot of different stuff. So
well, thanks. I mean, I love all magic, right? So that's the goal, is to invent magic that I actually perform.
Yeah, that's it. You're a corporate walk around magician, so you get to have these effects that you want to seem very organic and in each other's in the spectator's hands. You actually get stuff that people are using all the time and create process from that. Can you tell me a little bit more about your creative process?
Yeah, for what we're doing at Vulpine is the first time I've had full creative freedom where it isn't a big machine having to pump out magic. So our mission is very simple. The mission statement is, we'll never put a product out if I haven't real world worked it for at least half of a year. And I think that's the big difference of the things that end up in drawers and the things that people bring out, because you can look at all the actual real world applications, things to consider, things that might work, might not work. You know, we're sitting on a project now that's ready to go, but it needs at least another 3 months of me working it to get the script to the point where I could confidently say, I stand on stages for, $2,000 to $5,000 a gig and perform this trick. And it's not just the idea of it, it's here's how I do that on stage. So we're really, I like all kinds of magic. The one thing I haven't dipped my toe in very heavily is mentalism. But, stay tuned.
Well, now you're teasing me up. I love that. But you not only test it in your corporate stuff, you also test it on magicians, which I have the pleasure to say we went to Blackpool and we got to hang out a little bit at Blackpool. And I stood by your stand for quite a bit and watched you work, and just getting, not only were you learning how to perform to spectators, you learn it like a kind of a cool routine, how to perform to magicians and knowing what magicians were working for, and playing off that. Like you were, I got to be honest, watching you behind the booth, you're an expert. You knew exactly what the magicians wanted to see, what they wanted to hear, and kind of performing that for them. Like you're talking about like some kind of sneak peeks. There was something at the table there that is possibly coming out at the end of this month. Can you kind of tease that out a little bit?
Everybody's staring at it right now. But yeah, this is 10 years of my life. I got a video that's 10 years old of me coming up with the end of this. I knew what the end was and I knew where I wanted it to go. And finally it's there. Essentially, it's my version of Cups and Balls. It is, they're coffee cups. It's a coffee cup theme. Doesn't have to be done via coffee or coffee themed. They could be anything. But you get some really cool, innovative final loadings that magicians love it, because there hasn't been a lot of innovation on the cups and balls. So to give them something that's real world workable and allows for an easy final load, which is both a liquid load and an explosion load, is it gets people excited. And the main thing is, I really believe it, which is why some of the best magicians ever have said it. If you want to be a magician, you should learn the cups and balls. You should have some version of the cups and balls, because it is one of those tricks, very rare tricks, that encompasses basically everything we can use as magicians, from misdirection to timing, right? All of the main features of what a magic trick is: appearance, disappearance, vanish, transposition. All these things are built into one trick. So it forces you to learn the gauntlet of what it takes to be a sleight of hand magician. And this is my 10 years of my life to it. So it's an awesome, massive kit. How much of a tease? Hold on a second. Let's do a proper tease here.
Oh, okay. I love this. I'll sing and dance while you're off camera. So, I saw this at the convention, and that exploded. It's
not just the cups and balls. It's everything you need. Our goal at Vulpine is that when you open any product, you should never be able to say, I paid too much for that, or that's not what it should be. The opposite. Our goal is that you open it and go, what? It's only that much for all of this. And this is the epitome of that. So everything in here, I won't show you the inside. Yet,
yeah, you got me all excited.
Everything.
Like, what?
I'll give a quick flash. I'm not going to talk about what all of it is.
Yeah.
Here's what you get when you buy this thing.
Oh, baby. There you go.
That's all I'm going to show. So,
we'll cut to black there. We'll cut to black.
But basically, it's the most proud I've ever been on a project because of there were so many issues that came up. We really started producing this at the start of the pandemic, and then prices went through the roof, shipping went through the roof. There were obstacles that the cups didn't work, and every item in here is made by us. We have to pay to tool this and mold it. So we didn't take any. We could have cut some corners and got pre-made things, but it just didn't work the way I needed it. So it's definitely the biggest project I've ever had my hand in. It's the most invested we've ever been into something, but it's also the one thing that when I'm performing at shows now, it's what people talk about, right? They say, man, can you make sure you bring that thing with the coffee cups?
Oh yeah.
And I love it. I love the cups and balls. The other cool thing about this project as a whole, I'm not ignorant to the fact that you may not like my presentation, my style, or my presentation might not fit you. Well, we have 6 other magician friends of mine that are drastically different performers that all have put their performance and their teaching in it as well. So there really will be something for everybody. And we start with my business partner who's never done cups and balls in his life. He presents the performance of the beginner routine with, I know this is going to sound ridiculous, with 1 night of practice.
Oh, wow.
So in Blackpool, it was the first time he really touched cups and balls. We looked at the beginner routine, went over it for about 4 hours, and then the next morning he presents it. So we want people to understand that even if you've never done the cups and balls before, the whole point of it is to go from the beginner routine, perfect that, which then moves into the intermediate, building off the beginner, and then building off the intermediate into the advanced. So, this is, Zhao put out this really cool printing effect, and he said it's called legacy because he wants that to be the legacy of what he's remembered. And I still have hundreds of products that will be hitting the market, but genuinely, this is the one that I hope when I'm dead and gone, my kids can say, oh, my dad did this. And it's what magicians remember me by. So
you can tell because when we were at Blackpool, I think we'll probably have some footage of people's reactions of when you were showing the final little things you can do. Again, not going to tease out too much, but the final little things you can do with this. People's minds were like, it's not just a cups and ball routine. Like you said, it gets more and more advanced as you go. You can tell that you've put all the effort and the hard work in over 10 years to get this to this perfect thing where it needs to be. And I also love the fact that you can start beginner and you can get better and better and get more advanced. You can't do that with a lot of routines. A lot of what if you get out of the box is what it is, and you've got nowhere to grow from that, which I love.
And a lot of cups and balls specifically, you can get Daryl's Encyclopedia or Michael Lamar's, but I've yet to see one that's an inclusive, I'm going to teach you. Now, I don't teach everything about the cups and balls because I'd be lying if I said I could. I can't do the Vernon wand spin. Vernon wand spin. So why would I try to teach that? But it's enough of a stepping stone to say, I've got everything I need from the props to the teaching. And there's not a lot of cups and balls that do that. You either get a really dope set of cups that are beautiful and $350 and they expect if you're going to spend that, you probably have your own routine, or you get a catalog of routines and teachings, but then you have to go buy your own cups and balls. So I really wanted this to be a 13-year-old kid who's never done magic before. And let's say she wants to learn the cups and balls. She can buy this thing, have everything she needs to not just have a cheap set of cups and balls, but if you pull this out, everybody in the world knows that this is a Denny's coffee cup. So nobody's going to go, oh, that's cool. But clearly there's a magic prop where just about every other set of cups and balls inherently has he got it at a magic shop feel to it. And that's great. That's fine. It's a classic of magic. It's like the linking rings. You're not trying to fool them into thinking, oh, I bought this ring at a metal store. But I think there's something nice about coming out with a coffee cup and doing the same exact thing that you can do with these gaudy silver cups. I still love them. I think they're great. I have sets of my own, but when I perform in the real world, there's so many, like one cool feature just by having it be a cup is if I'm holding out and showing cups empty, I can spin the cup and automatically load just because there's a handle on the cup, right? When you set it down. So there's a whole bunch of different things you can do utilizing this form factor, but it still fits everything you would need, which was one of the hardest parts of this whole project, was finding cups that could stack and hide something underneath. That
oh, great.
Cups, yeah. Right. So everything you would need from a cup is here, and a few cool little features. Like one friend of mine does flaring. You ever?
I was going to say that would be perfect for flaring. So
exactly.
Yeah. Like I can see this a thing in a bar as a magician's in a bar doing awesome stuff. It's like in cafes and stuff as well. This is perfect.
Exactly. Like the movie. Remember the movie Cocktails?
Oh yeah. With Tom Cruise.
Exactly. That with the cups and balls, there's people much more talented with that than me. And I can't wait till it hits the market to see what kind of people, what people dream up with it. So that's this is the big thing that I've ever done. And the next year will really be me doing some lectures and trying to lecture at some conventions highlighting this. And then the goal is in 3 years, I'm going to enter FISM with my own very personal routine utilizing this. And
man, that's great. Well, good luck, man. That's awesome. I'm so excited for you. Man. That's awesome. Thank you. Thanks for teasing that out. That was even a bigger teaser than I was hoping to get, but thank you. Now, quickly, just jumping on to, we're going to jump off in a sec, but the Gaff project has just come out and everyone's loving the hype on that. And I saw on our Facebook, we did the trailer for it. And someone mentioned about finding Gaff light or the lighters, the big lighters in the UK. You were offering to have links and stuff. Is that still a possibility? If people are struggling to find lighters, can they come to you to say, hey?
Of course. Yeah. I mean, basically it's Amazon. I get them in 4-packs. The other thing to consider is any big lighter that's got a sticker on it, like a wolf or a football team or whatever, you peel that off and it's a white lighter underneath. Yep. So a lot of people can find these sticker Bics, but they're concerned that first and foremost, they don't have to be. For instance, this is one of the gimmicks. This is on a red lighter, right? And that still looks like a normal lighter. It's just got a little red underneath. Yep. So I do say, if you can get black or white, cool, it'll look more copacetic. It's not necessary by any means. Yep. But also, if you're in the UK, anywhere that has Amazon, if you just type in bulk Bic lighters, you'll get 4-packs, 12-packs. That's what I recommend. I know it's a pain in the butt that you have to go to Amazon to get it, but I know they do sell them in stores in the UK. It's news to me that some people are having issues with it, but if you can't find them, I'm also happy to, if somebody sends me the most common lighter in the UK, just a brand name, then I'll make new templates that fit that. And then all you have to do is, I teach in the course how you can print them out on your own printer and use those as well. So there's definitely ways around it, but I always just tell people spend $25 on Amazon, get them in, and you'll have these things for as long as you need them.
Well, that's great because I will have links. I'll go through and actually find some links for people. So they already have them in the link of the description already. So they won't have to worry about all that.
Awesome.
And also, I just want to say thank you for going above and beyond. I know a lot of creators out there just release a trick and then go, you're up to your own here, but you're actually saying, I'll recreate those stickers to suit your lighters. If you can't find it,
the more people doing the magic, the better, right? The point of us putting it out is clearly not to get rich. Anyone who invents magic knows that's not, we're not getting rich off this. But if you're not performing it, then it's worthless to me to put out. So by all means, everything we ever put out, we stand behind 100%. If there's ever an issue, address it to us and we want to work with you to fix it. Because the best thing in my life is to put out a magic trick that I love and have other people share it with whoever they may be sharing it with. Because then in my mind, I can say some silly little idea I had is putting smiles on hundreds of people's face across the world. That's the goal, right? That's the reason. And if you can't use the items, it's pointless. But again, Amazon has everything. If you can't find it at a local shop, or, shoot me a message and we can resize some templates if there's standard lighters that are more readily available where you are.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much, Adam. I really appreciate that. I know everyone watching right now has been thinking, I have different color lighters. That is taking a load off their shoulders as well. So thank you so much. Now, quickly, last question. Will we be seeing you at any more conventions? Will we be seeing you around? We obviously will be, but anything coming up?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have them right now. In all honesty, the biggest thing was getting the cups and balls done and ready. It's now there. We're just doing the edits and all that. So this whole year is about as many conventions as we can get to.
Yes.
A lot of them are filled already, but I've got a brand new 2022 lecture that features the cups and balls and some never before seen things. And actually, probably tomorrow, I'm blasting everybody I can, conventions and IBM, SAM groups, things of that nature, to say, hey, it's a free lecture. You don't have to pay me to show up. I just ask that there's, at least 30 people in the lecture. We can do it either virtually or in person. And the goal is really just to let the masses know these are my babies. I stand behind them and I want the world to see them. So what better way to do that than in person? So to conventions, absolutely. Every single one that we can get to that has an opening, we will be there. And if you're in a place that has a good magic following, then maybe I'll be lecturing in your town soon as well. That's the hope. Oh, you are amazing. Thank you so much, Adam. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. Thanks for having me, dude. If anyone's going to see Adam, go see him at his conventions. Go see him if you see him at a convention, go to his stall. But get in and see him in a lecture. This is awesome. So thank you so much, Adam. I really appreciate it, man. Have a great day. And I'll see you soon. I appreciate the time. Yeah, thanks so much, Adam. Take care. Cheers, mate. Bye.